Let's rock and roll.
Oh, Dr. Hayward, thank you for joining us.
I'm not really sure what this is about, ladies and gentlemen, but I think it's very important to warn you that I'm still contesting my dismissal. Given my research and my grants and honors, I think it'll be very difficult for you to prove your case.
It's interesting that you should bring up the matter of your awards.
What, have I been given another grant, Dr. Martin? That would be very embarrassing for you, wouldn't it?
Actually, it's just come to our attention that none of your awards was earned. That all of them were bought and paid for by your mother. Is our information incorrect, Doctor?
He knows damn well that his career was bought and paid for.
David.
Do you have any proof?
Your mother has admitted writing sizable checks to each of the institutions and foundations in question.
My mother is clearly out of her mind. She's delusional, and only you, Dr. Martin, would take her word for anything.
I've also just been faxed accounting records which document your mother's contributions. Each of them made just prior to your receiving an award.
Well, that's impossible. Where would she have gotten her hands on that kind of money? Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm afraid even the one of the chair has been tainted by Vanessa's drug money.
Well, it's easy to rise to the top when someone is greasing the way.
And when nepotism is alive and well.
You know, my father never bribed anyone to get me with something that I don't deserve,
David from his contract. I don't understand what all of this is supposed to accomplish.
Because this raises legal issues. Bribes were taken, foundations were defrauded.
Isn't that between Sybil and the bribees?
David misrepresented himself to this hospital.
That is not true. I had no idea what Vanessa was up to.
Fellow as brilliant as you are, remaining ignorant for all those years.
Hayward, you control every single aspect of your career and your life. You knew about this.
I suggest we get on with this matter. Dispose of it as quickly and as quietly as possible.
I agree. Look, David, we have no interest in causing you any further embarrassment.
No reason to go public with this.
No. God knows we have enough to deal with, thanks to Vanessa.
Indeed. That's why I've had these papers drawn up. We only ask that you sign and date each copy.
No, wait. What is it?
Blackmail.
It states that David relinquishes any and all future claims against this hospital.
That's not all it does.
And it includes his permanent resignation, effective immediately.
Well, you've thought of almost everything, haven't you?
It's my duty to protect this hospital, David.
And you do a damn fine job of it. Now, let's get this done and get out of here.
Do yourself a favor, David. Sign it. It's simple and straightforward. If your mother's influence on your career becomes public knowledge, we want to be sure that no one suspects that we were in any way part of it.
Well, you've certainly kept your hands clean, haven't you?
The hospitals, yes. That's it, David. That's the only offer we're going to make. If you don't sign it, we're going to be forced to file suit against you for misrepresentation and fraud.
David, sign it.
Can I see this? Please excuse us, would you?
I would like to strangle my mother for giving him this information.
That can wait. How about this? What do you intend to do?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Honestly, David, why you want any part of this hospital and that mummified board of directors is beyond me.
What, you think I should sign this?
Yeah. Chuck them. You don't need them. Have you thought about it? You could continue your research in Europe. Imagine what fun we'd have in London or Paris, free from this petty bureaucracy.
You're not serious about this, are you?
Yeah. I could be packed and ready to go by morning.
But then they would win.
This isn't about them winning.
That would be like me lying down for them, giving them everything that they want.
They never deserved you, I don't think. We could have a really good life. I promise.
I have never rolled over for anyone in my entire life, and I am not about to start now. I'll be damned if I let you get away with this.
What is wrong with you, David?
What it appears that Dr. Hayward is in self-destruct
No,
mode.
you're wrong, Jake. You couldn't be more wrong. Who do any of you think you are? What is it supposed to be the bastion of honor and morality? What a joke. Why did you look at your chairman of the board, Palmer Cortlandt? Not only does he have a prison record himself, but he was sleeping with the infamous Proteus.
I never dreamed...
Oh, no, you never dreamed that she was smuggling drugs, right? Cocaine and heroin? Feeding drugs to unsuspecting kids, hooking them? Kids very much like your own niece's son, right, Palmer?
You leave JR out of this.
And what about you? Didn't you have lunch with my mother just the other day, huh? Did you score any smack?
Oh, how dare you.
How dare you? And you! Didn't you ask my mother to become part of this board? But of course, that's when she was still in good standing with good old Palmer here.
That's not germane, David.
Then what is, Joe? How about your son's affiliation to the Warner chair, huh? Or let's talk about the nepotism here at this hospital. I've done good work here. I've done great work, even. So, Jake, does the board know about your illegal activities?
Pointing fingers is not going to help.
Did you tell them how you acquired the evidence regarding my personal research, Jake? Trespassing and breaking and entering.
You can stall all you want.
break the
Hayward. You're
law,
out of
and you
this
sit at the
hospital.
right hand of Joe, your Father Almighty. I bend a few rules, which, by the way, advances medicine with a cure, and you demand my head on a platter.
Let's get out of
you
here,
You are
please.
a jealous quack, Jake. I wouldn't let you wash a dog with a flea bath. I saved more lives than you could ever dream of. More lives than anybody on this lackluster staff.
How is this helping anyone?
I've never been involved with my mother's drug activities in any way. I had no knowledge of it. My mother and I have shared very little over the years. But I'll tell you this. I've watched her in action and I've learned a few things. One of the things I've learned, how to take down your enemies. And I promise you this, if I go down, I'm taking you down with me, each and every one of you. And this hospital's reputation, possibly even its accreditation, is going to crash and burn with us.
You want to make this difficult for us?
You're just making it harder on yourself, Hayward.
And in the end, you'll lose anyway.
I need my briefcase. I think I left it in my car. Would you get it for me? I need to get some papers, and I don't want to turn my back on these guys.
Okay.
Well, if you got something to say, Hayward, why don't you just say it?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what it must be like to be your father, Jake. So small and frightened. That you follow every rule, no matter how outdated or ridiculous.
You think that describes me?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. That's why I'm here. Because I wouldn't slavishly follow your rules.
But rules are necessary, David, in a civilized society.
Yeah, well, if I followed your rules, Joe, if I stopped doing my research, Dixie would be dead today.
That is your opinion.
That's a fact. Palmer Cortland's niece, your former daughter-in-law, would be as dead as her mother.
Shut up, Hayward.
You're all accusing me of colluding with the murderer. Look to yourselves. What? How many patients have expired in this hospital because of your narrow-minded mismanagement, Dr. Martin? How many have you sent to the morgue? You're no better than Proteus.
Come on. Shut up. Come on. Easy.
What the hell happened in here?
Well, it looks like I hit a nerve, huh, Jake?
Joe, should we call an attorney?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Why don't you invite them to my press conference?
What press conference?
Well, I think it's my personal responsibility to inform the public that the health care this hospital provides is subpar.
That's outrageous.
And folks, we don't have to put up with this from him.
This appears to be the very light, indeed flimsy evidence that Joe has trumped up against me.
It's only just begun.
And this is the evidence that I've amassed against Joe Martin.
What evidence? What is it?
Your father is a worn-out old man who's costing people their lives. If anybody signs resignation papers today, Dr. Martin, it should be you.